Hello guys, and welcome back to my channel. So someone requested for tutorial on how to patch these pieces together. So here is the tutorial, and please subscribe if you haven't. So first we'll begin with the upper part, the one that joins to the crotch area. The one that goes to the crotch area. So we're going to take 6 granny squares, the ones that I'm going to use. So I have a total of 1, 2, 3, 4 at the back, 2, that's 5 and 6, total of 6. So I'm just going to use these squares that I made for something else because I had already joined the other one together. So these ones I have joined 4 squares together. I'm going to add 2 more so that you can make up 6 squares. So when joining, make sure the part where you are joining from corresponds to the other piece too, so that you can avoid overlapping. So you'll join your yarn over there, then we'll use the slip stitch to join the pieces together. We're going to use the inner loops to join the pieces together. So this is just a pretty quick video that I just decided to make. I'm not feeling well, so just decided to make because someone had requested and I thought I was taking long to reply with this video. So you might wonder why I'm using a double strand to join the yarn together. It's because it's the small size, but the square I made using the thick one. So I wanted the joining one to also feel a little bit thick because I ran out of the other one, so I used the one that was available. So after reaching the end, we're going to chain 1 and then nip off the yarn. So join all the 6 squares together so that there's no open gap in between them. And make sure that when joining, the skulls are facing the same direction. But for the pants, the skulls are supposed to face up. So this one I had already joined it, so I decided to join it just for this tutorial. So I'm done, and that's how it looks like. And then we are going to have another piece where we have four squares joined together, and for those ones we are also going to join them the same way we've joined the 6. Join them together like that, and they are going to make up for the legs, the way your legs will pass through. So we have a total number 1, 2, 3 and 4 squares joined together. Remember, for the other part was 6, the top part, and then for the bottom part going downwards it's 4 squares joined together. So I have 2 pieces of the 4 squares joined together, one for the right leg and the other for the left leg. So I'm going to show you how to join them per piece. As you can see, for the legs I have like 4 squares joined together. So for the side squares, you're gonna place them in a way they look like they are folded. They've been folded like that. So I'll just show you a visual representation of how it's supposed to look like. So I'll place the piece that has 6 squares like that and separated 3 on the side, 3 on the other side, so that it can be easier to show you how to join it. Remember, the lower piece has 4, so we're going to join 3 pieces of the 4 to the 3 pieces of the upper part, and then we're going to leave out 1 square. So join the 3 pieces, those 1, 2 and 3, to the other side corresponding to that part to the upper part, and we are going to leave out 1 square. So the squares should be corresponding to each other. So that top piece will look like that, the way I'm holding it. Those 2 squares will be at the front, and then those ones at the side, the hips or the side, and then the 2 back squares will be at the back. So we are going to join 3 of the 4 squares to 3 of the 6. I hope that's understandable. Just watch. Yeah, like that, the way I'm making it, that's how it's supposed to be. So you'll begin joining, you skip the 1 square that you're going to leave out and start working on that the line where they are joined to the one that you're going to begin working from. And then count 3 on the other side, on the piece that has 6 squares, and start working on the first one where you've counted on from. I think the actions are much more explainable than me explaining, because sometimes you do have a little bit of difficulty explaining stuff. So I really hope that video is quite helpful and visible enough for you to see. Despite I'm struggling with the equipment, I don't have enough equipment yet to show you these things properly well, but I'm trying my best, to come up with the best tutorial for you guys. So you'll work around and join 3 squares together and leave out 1 square. So just keep joining like that. So make sure they correspond to each other, that square to that one, and then the second square to the other second one, and then the third square to the other third square, and then leave out the 4th square. The one that we are leaving out is on that piece that has 4 squares, the one that runs to the legs. So just keep doing that and leave out the 1 square. So remember to leave out that 1 square, don't work on it, just leave it hanging like that. So we have our one side of the legs, we are going to join the other side of the legs, and you can see the squares are corresponding. I've joined it to the 3 parts, the 3 squares of the upper piece and 3 parts of the lower piece joined together, leaving out 1 square. So for the other side, we're going to do the same thing. We're going to join, so we had 6 squares on the upper piece, so we are left with 3 because we've worked on 3. So you're also going to join the 4 piece, 3 of the 4 piece to the remaining 3 of the upper piece, leaving out 1 square. And make sure the squares that we're leaving out face each other. They're opposite each other, or that they're facing each other, that is. And note that the square that we are leaving out, we are leaving it out inside where the crotch will be. The crotch line. I hope it's understandable. That's what I mean, the crotch line. That's where we'll join that crotch line. So in short, what I'm saying is the side square and one of the front square and one of the back square is what we are joining to, and then we're leaving the other square for the center where we shall be making the crotch line. I hope that is clear enough. So when joining the other parts, we are also going to leave out that one square. Then you're going to join from the connected line, join it to where you finished off from the other piece, where you finished off, and to that square which corresponds with this square that you want to work on. So the square that I've just joined, the upper piece, is the first one after the last one that you worked on, and she will correspond on the first one that you're working on after the one that you are leaving out. Guys, just focus more on the explanation, on what is going on in the video rather than the explanation, because I might confuse you. I'm trying my best to explain it to you. So you're just going to join that piece together all round till the 3 squares have been joined together. So the one that I'm folding is the side square, which corresponds on the side square of the upper parts. So the squares will correspond, and we'll keep working around those. So I'm done joining, leaving out one square. So the squares that I left out are now here that we want to join together. They're opposite each other. And so make sure while working around, don't cut off the yarn. We'll still use it to join the squares that we left out, so that you can make up the crotch area. So keep joining that, and make sure you close it up correctly at the joining areas, at the meeting areas, those lines, so that we don't leave out a hole. So those two that I'm showing here are the squares that we left out, and I've joined them. That's the crotch area. And now that's how the pants should look like. And keep joining the 4 squares, those 4 squares joined together. Keep adding the length till you have your desired length. So you just keep adding that piece that has 4 pieces together all the way till you have the length that you want downwards. So I'm going to show you how to do the waist part. I'll just explain it. So what I did is I did a double crochet all around that waist area, and as I made around 5 rows of the double crochets, and as I went along I made reduction so that to have the perfect waist, so that the waist is a bit reduced, but you're gonna have to make a lace to tie it so that you can at least be fitting. So when making the double crochet, skip the joining areas so that it will be easier for you when reducing. So that's how it looks like once you're done with the entire pants. I really hope that was an easy tutorial for me. After the crotch part, I had like 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5 layers of the 4 square piece together. Thank you so much guys, and see you next time.